Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Monday, September 28th, 2015. This is Texan TV News from Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas, and I am Dalton Wolverton. In campus news, the residents of Integrity Hall have faced many challenges upon moving into their new homes away from home. While some were lucky enough to decorate their new rooms with their families, others had to leave their bags packed in a hotel room. Integrity Hall is Tarleton's newest residence hall and is located at the edge of campus along West Frey and Lillian Streets. Integrity Hall is a companion facility to Heritage Hall. The construction for Integrity began in the summer of 2014 and has yet to come to a stop. Just days before they were supposed to move in, a great deal of residents were informed that they were going to be housed in a hotel temporarily instead of their residence hall for the first week of school. Bobby Waddell, the director of housing at Tarleton, said, "There were several events that delayed the move-in date, but one of the biggest was definitely the rain and floods that were experienced in April and May." Waddell also said that the residence hall was nearly ready for its occupants when the rain began pouring the Thursday before move-in and flooded some of the rooms. This left residential living and learning staff to temporarily place these specific students in hotel rooms, and even some residential leaders were placed in the hotel as well. "We were in the office late hours finding those who needed to be contacted about their conditions of their room and letting them know about their temporary locations," Waddell said. He also said he is still exploring ways to make it right with those residents that were impacted by their move-in experience. For more about Integrity Hall, we turn to a video.
Integrity Hall has been one of the main concerns for students here at Tarleton, being that we are 5 weeks into the school year and the construction on it is still not finished. We caught up with Residential Living Coordinator Corey Middleton to tell us a little bit more about this construction.
I'm fairly certain that the original project date was August 1st. That obviously didn't happen, but I'm pretty sure it was the 1st of August. That I think there's a lot of things that happened, like from a logistics standpoint. If anybody was here last semester, we had like a month of rain, just Texas in general, like record setting. So I think that may have played a big part in it. I can't speak directly into like what every single thing was that caused a delay because I don't have that information. But if I were to kind of not necessarily guess, but Mother Nature probably played a big part in that. So our expectation that we've heard on being finished is that they're working on the landscaping right now, and that's supposed to be finished I think by the 30th of September. So here fairly close. And the inside stuff they'll be working on periodically. I can't guarantee a date when they'll be done because I don't know that date. But I think we're getting there. Anybody that's been living here has noticed that we've been moving along pretty well, and we're getting close to the finished product. So yes, we did have some students that were displaced that we had to place in hotels. All of those students were back within the first week of school, so that didn't linger on. And we are actually a really high occupancy right now. We're trying to get some more people in here, so if you would like to come live in Integrity Hall, you can contact me at the front desk and we'll see about getting you in here.
In state news, the Flash reports that endangered whooping cranes have begun their annual 2,400-mile fall migration from Canada to Texas, arriving early at San Jose Island this year. The first bird was reported at the island last weekend, though most of the whooping crane population remains north of the state. Biologists expect them to join the early arrivals in late October or early November. The hoopers will embark on their journey back to Canada next March. Since recovering from a low of 16 birds in the 1940s to 308 birds today, whooping cranes have wintered along the Texas coast and around Aransas National Wildlife Refuge recently. However, several groups of whooping cranes have expanded their wintering grounds to include other coastal areas and some inland sites. Whooping cranes, which are North America's tallest bird at nearly 5 feet tall, follow a migratory pattern through North and Central Texas that includes cities such as Wichita Falls, Fort Worth, Dallas, Waco, Austin, and Victoria. During migration, they often pause overnight in wetlands for roosting and agricultural fields for feeding, but they seldom remain more than one night. The typical sighting, 71% of all observations, is fewer than 3 birds, but last year Texas had multiple sightings of larger groups, including one of 19 birds. Whooping cranes can also be seen roosting and feeding with large flocks of smaller, darker sandhill cranes. Citizens can help track whooping cranes by reporting sightings and preventing disturbance of cranes when they remain overnight at roosting and feeding locations. Sightings can be reported to 512-389-8999. Observers should especially note whether the cranes have colored bands on their legs. Volunteers interested in attending training sessions to become a hooper washer may also contact TPWD at hoopingcranes@tpwd.texas.gov or call at 512-389-8999. In regional news, creator, executive producer, writer, editor, and host of the award-winning show, The Day Tripper, Chet Garner is a featured speaker during the upcoming Friends of the Dick Smith Library's Dinner in the Stacks on Saturday, October 3rd. The Friends of the Library host its membership and the public during the semi-annual event, featuring food and good company among thousands of volumes inside the university's library. The event opens with appetizers at 6:30 p.m. in the library's foyer, followed by dinner and the featured presentation by Garner at 7. Friends of the Library's board president Bill Dennis said, "We welcome the community to attend and support this immensely popular Dinner in the Stacks. This promises to be an enjoyable evening for all, and we encourage those who plan to attend to call and make their reservations now. Reservations must be made no later than 5 p.m. Wednesday, September 30th. Tickets are $17.50 for members of the organization and $22.50 for non-members. All tickets must be purchased in advance of the event due to limited seating. To purchase tickets, call 254-968-9474 or stop by room 201 in the Tarleton Library." And now, today's national and international news is brought to you by the Associated Press.
This is AP News Minute. Pope Francis concluded his trip to the U.S. by celebrating Mass in front of hundreds of thousands of people in Philadelphia Sunday. The Mass was the last and biggest event on the Pope's itinerary and capped a 10-day tour of Cuba and the United States. 5 children are dead and a pregnant woman injured after a man in northern Thailand stormed into a neighbor's home with a kitchen knife and attacked the occupants. Police say the 24-year-old man, who had a history of mental illness and received regular treatment, became agitated by the noise from the home. Pro-secession parties pushing for Spain's northeastern Catalonia region to break away and form a new Mediterranean nation won a landmark vote Sunday. The Together for Yes group of secessionists captured a regional parliamentary majority, setting up a possible showdown over independence with the central government in Madrid. Stargazers were treated to a rare astronomical phenomenon when a total lunar eclipse combined with a so-called supermoon. It was the first time the events have made a twin appearance since 1982, and they won't again until 2033. Matthew Burgoyne, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
Today's weather is brought to you by Weather.com. We should see mostly sunny skies today with winds out of the northeast at 5 miles per hour. We have a 0% chance of rain, and we should see a high of 89 degrees with a low of 64 degrees. Today's broadcast was produced by Alejandra Arguin, Katie Armstrong, and Justin Pack. You can watch Texan TV News live Monday through Friday at 12:30 p.m. on Northland Cable Channel 9. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and become a fan of Texan TV News on Facebook. I'm Dalton Wolverton. Tune in on Monday for the latest news from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.